welcome to Cass on the Fly. My name is Cassandra and I am here to discuss some things that we're not really sure what we want to discuss today. We contacted Russia today, the government, to send an email to Putin. We did some yoga already. We are not afraid of whatever this Democratic Party demon activity that happened the last couple days. We don't particularly want to make videos any longer. We're pretty much done with y'all. It's quite pathetic to watch the content creation of what you think is educational. However, you don't know any different for education because you all are all over there going, don't go to college. However, everybody out there who's successful went to college. So it literally is like, what are you talking about? The creative doesn't get taken out of college. It gets accentuated with college. And you always have to have structure, especially if you're a creative. It's like bizarro to sit there and listen to you all conversate. Meaning you don't speak of anything different. You all think the same way. No one steps outside the box, which means you're not actually a creator. You're a copycat of the person you're trying to impress. And it's literally all over these platforms. Meanwhile, ethics, morals, and values don't exist as we watch you run around with bikini top models. However, they're like super awkward and cultures are intermingling and you as men are not comfortable in it. However, you still agree to the process of whatever this thing is that you're all up to. I don't quite understand how you could put yourself through these kinds of disgusting behaviors when it comes to these yoga practitioners. These women you call your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wives. They do nothing for the community except bring everyone down, including you, which means you're working twice as hard, 10 times harder, just so they can look cool in front of the other women that look just like them. Meaning they don't have anything to educate. All you got to do is go take a look at Melissa Wood, whatever her last name is, podcast, and listen to her and motivate and communicate to each other and note how nothing of significance is discussed or established. She's basically trying to educate Motivan on how to deal with a man that she can't stand so she can get paid. Meanwhile, Melissa is doing the same thing with her man while she abuses her children on camera. And that's your yoga community, folks, who are out there proclaiming. I don't even know if you really understand the detriment to society that this brings upon spirituality as a whole. Meaning you as men support women like that. You who are actual leaders to the country, even though you're not in politics, but you have 42 million across your platforms following you, are leaders in the community where you teach absolutely nothing, but because you're able to siren people into your message, whatever you have going on in your life becomes a representation of what everyone else is going to be doing, meaning whatever you're up to with a prostitute will likely be what your 42 million people will participate in. So if you say to people's face, I'm a good person, but then your actions are you date a prostitute wearing a bikini top, then you're not actually a good person, especially since the bikini top wearer is actually a demon in disguise terrorizing the world. That's actually what you represent, no matter how hard you try to produce any other content. So then your 2,000 employees take on those characteristics and make your life 20 times harder, while you then try to portray your 12 and a half emotional ingredients. But you continue to produce content with her. You continue to thrive together as you grow a platform that never seems to grow. You flew 56 hours or 48 hours or whatever the hell long it takes for you to travel from one country to another to fly to be with her and her weird ass family versus taking care of your health because that was what was requested of you. Now you want to take a look at that as in she requested that of you. Means she don't give two craps about your health and wellness. She taught you that 3 days of no eating and drinking coffee and caffeine was healthy for you. She said, yeah, that's great. That's called fasting. No, that's called starvation, so you can look cool when you go to a cocaine party with a bunch of Hollywood celebrities that are totally clueless. Meaning you as Hollywood actors were representative for a whole generation. However, you said that wasn't your job. No, actually, that is your job. A clueless nation of not wanting to take responsibility for the things that you've put us through. Only trying to make money. Only trying to take a look at what your vision of success looks like. Screw the rest. However, I will portray myself to look a specific way to get what I want. And that's the new norm of society. And this is globally. Who can I interrupt into my life so I can follow brand deal? That's literally what you did. You literally chose someone to be part of your thing because you knew that these women were going to take over the internet and you needed to be a part of that. So you made your freaking choice on what you decided you want to be engaged to. What would increase the engagement? Yeah, it really didn't go viral though, did it? Not to mention, she's not only not American, she's the worst culture out there known as Persian. A gold-chasing status, and it's well known in their culture. That's what they're after. Awkward conversations back and forth, but for some reason, nobody can recognize it because them and their partner, it's just as awkward. However, you sit there and act like it's normal. Fake laughing, fake conversations. I can't wait to have, it's like being on a television show called reality television. I can't wait to go have dinner tonight with such and such and such and such. Me either. It's going to be so fun. We're going to have so much to educate each other on. We're going to talk about this and that and this and that. Wow, dinner was so amazing and so fun. I am so glad that we had dinner tonight together. You look so gorgeous, girl. You look gorgeous too, girl. Tell me, how is everything with you and your man? Oh, well, we're just having a little trouble here and there. He does this and this and this and this. Well, this is what you're going to have to do to rein him in and rope him in, is you're going to have to demand a ring. Or you're going to ruin his career. Wow, that's romantic. You're so hideous and horrific that you have to force someone into marrying you. To where you then post it all over your platform and look like a complete ass. But that's like where we are in today's technology. And then it's so crazy to me because that same person who's promoting the person that is creating complete fear in society is the one telling you don't care what people think and to have no fear. Sounds a little double negative to me, doesn't it? It tells you that we're in a complete lie of society as a whole, with no one actually up to anything of substance, skimming the surface, Meaning these people are the people you go to see speak because they have a lot of people following them. However, you've told them not to get an education. Millennials and Gen Zs do not operate with people over the age of 40 now. They're controlling, which means these 20s and 30s are completely psychotic, completely abusive, and those are your 40-something-year-old best friends. But only because you have a large following. I feel like I'm 25. Well, actually, yeah, I do feel like I'm 25. But I'm going to tell you there's a huge difference between me 25 and you 25. You're a complete moron with no education, with no care for humanity. Me as 25 is responsible, carefree, happy, joyous, hardworking. The list goes on and on and on. However, now what we're experiencing with me is complete stop in my life because you all have what? Blacklisted me, because that's the new norm of millennial Gen Zs. That's the future for your children. The future of your children is be ready to have more homeless people, while people like Mona Van have now 44 acres or 60 acres, while your child lives on the street with nothing. Not even mowing your grass, but your child having absolutely nothing, while her and her husband, her second or third husband, because she killed the first, are now living on 60 acres because they're all about the diamond. Yet you never ever say anything to shed light on the fact that they're psychotic, they're self-centered, they're egotistical, and they participate in yoga, which is supposed to be a healing game, not a psychosis game of manipulation to get you to buy more product. However, you on the other side as consumers and content people who are consuming all the information aren't actually willing to get your hands dirty or your feet wet. You just want everything to be handed to you, which is called the 8th place trophy. You want everything handed to you. You want to know that you arrived right now. I hate to tell you this, sweetheart, you never frickin' arrive, otherwise you're dead. You at VaynerMedia or whatever the hell you are on your little podcast, you're all posturing, including the girl who had the balls to stand up and tell you that they're all a bunch of fake asses. Literally, I can totally see exactly what's going on in those meetings of yours. A bunch of women acting like they're better than other women. Well, this one's Brazilian and she's so hot. Well, this guy's trying to hook up with this guy. You are children, folks. With no creative, you waste time and you waste money, which is why you ain't getting paid, or hopefully not getting paid. You're using it as a social hour versus a learning experience versus actually taking action for your lives to get you to the place that you say you want to go. See, you can work, especially when you're working for someone else, and still have a good time. However, you all have been taught that you are the only one that matters. That abusing people gets you ahead in the game. However, you've been proven to be very truthful in that by the people in your leadership team. We're literally watching it with your CEO of the company telling us that if you marry and get engaged to a psychopath Persian who abuses the masses, you will get ahead. Literally the message. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything, and oftentimes with these lessons you're learning, you show people. The showing is that you are literally terrorizing the whole entire world with your Be Kind movement, with your inability to speak straight and answer the real questions, and you're still talking as if nothing's happened to you from the time you were 35 years old to where you are today at 47. And you've made the worst decision of your entire life, and that's to stand by Persian culture, to go against the American people so you can produce an income to get to your goals. You have literally abused me, my family, and everything I represent to try to make me out to be the bad guy. But the real truth is your Persian whore over there is the bad guy. Your staff and your team in VaynerMedia, you're the bad guys. You don't have ethics, morals, and values. You have self-centered, egotistical behaviors to fuel the TRANS movement, which logically, if you went to science class, you know that's not real. It's not real to be non-gender. It's a fact. Do you know facts between imagination? You know the difference? You don't understand anything that has been taught to you by anyone in your entire life because you already know everything. You go to follow Motivan, you're going to lose big time. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to follow Melissa Wood, you're going to fall hard and you're going to fall fast. And she's going to be the one that's going to cut the cord as you strangle yourselves. We got millions of yoga teachers out there who think they up to something when they're actually up to nothing. We got lots of content creators teaching absolutely nothing except for look at how much money I have, look at my titties, and look at my asshole. As they prance around posing in soft porn all over their platform and then calling themselves a professional. You don't know how to be a professional in a relationship, working in business together, it's proven. You do not know how to communicate about your spouse to people, proven, because you're complete liars in everything you do. Everything you're seeing these people speak of, from Patrick to Vivek to Joe Rogan to all of them, from Ashton Kutcher to everybody, Blake Shelton to Adam Levine, you are nothing but liars. You are completely miserable in your own lives. You absolutely stand up for nothing. Except for, look at how cool I am. Look at these chicks chasing me. You would think at some point in your life, you would have woken up to the fact that you're the adult. You ain't 20 years old anymore. And I'm going to tell you right now, this millennial Gen Z that you all created, Britney Spears, is some whacked out shit. They ain't like us. They ain't our generation. They ain't grounded in nothing. They're a bunch of airheads looking around to move their dicks around like a helicopter. They ain't got no brains on their head. They ain't got no hearts in their chest. And they definitely don't got no muscles in their body to do the work. They know one thing and one thing alone, and that is how to manipulate an audience to how to think that they're cool. Oh, did you notice that conversation piece? Now that ain't a skill, is it? I'm the most intelligent being on this planet, and you're going to try to muffle my conversation piece as I educate you on ways to expand yourselves. It says a lot about your personality. It says a lot about what you up to. It says a lot about who you are. And you working at VaynerMedia, ain't ya? That person that works at VaynerMedia affects millions and billions of people across the globe. Yet you're over there in the corner crying out, well, what about me? What about you, you ugly bleep? No one cares about your clothes, your earwax, or your nails. However, look at what we have educating us. And all you podcasters are standing by it, cheering, clapping your hands, acting as if that's valuable content that's going to get us and our children to the places that we need to be with a government that doesn't support us. That literally has sold our land to the devil, like foreigners such as Patrick, Mexicans, Muslims, Persians like Motivan, proclaiming herself to be born in LA. I seriously doubt any LA individual would spout out as much as that woman does and how in touch with her culture of Persian that she is. She thinks it's sexy. She thinks it's sexy, Gary B. But that's what you represent, isn't it? Soft porn. All over her, licking and touching and acting like a fool when you're trying to educate people on being kind when you're the one that ain't kind. You're the problem, fool. You're the one that's up to nothing. You're the one abusing me. You're the one attacking me on a constant basis. You're the abuser, all of you. You don't know the difference between right and wrong because the only thing that shows you the difference is your money bag. See, Gary goes for what the audience wants. Well, you know what? Let's make prostitution legal because all you men want that. Does that make sense? Let's do some ads with Gary Vaynerchuk's company since he is the biggest media company in the world. But they all want prostitution, so we can't control people. So let's just tap into the money of it instead of educating people on the clap. Versus actually taking a look at what people need. Meaning, put some effing clothes on. How do you do that? You tell your fiance that you don't want to see her butt, you don't want to see her tits, and neither do your community. Put some clothes on. Nobody wants to look at your walking stick who doesn't eat but proclaims to be into fitness as you brand it with your podcasting and your attempts to assist her in her career with her now as she goes out to educate people on her lack of education. And that's the future of this country. Uneducated people making shit up so that they can be thin and everybody else gets to be fat because they bought her product. But you know what? You made money, and that's all that matters to you. And that goes for each and every content creator out there. You don't take the time to research the product, to stand behind the product. You say, oh yeah, Barbie? Okay, I'll represent Barbie. Secretly, they won't know that you're paying me. But that's what they're all up to. Barbie is not for adults, it's for little girls, and you're acting as if it's pornography. You are absolutely clueless on the path of the subconscious and how it works and how we've gotten to this place. You care more about yourselves than you do about anything else on this planet. You don't even know where eggs come from. You don't even understand how much it takes for a cow to produce milk. And you're willing to put preservatives in the milk to make it last for like 6 months in your fridge without going bad. You don't think that eventually cows are just going to be tired of producing all that you need to produce so you can sell so many units to make money? So that people in corporate can sell their products to all of us while we get fat and the Monavans stay skinny? As they then cry out on the news media how we're the fattest country in the whole planet? Meanwhile, educating us on commercials on how horrific it is to be a mother. Don't forget the television shows. How every video out there that's a new movie is a horror movie. While you enjoy watching people get murdered on screen, you don't think that that carries over into real life? Oh no! Oh, because you think you're sane, but that guy over there ain't sane. She ain't sane. Her name's Motivating. That hoe ain't sane. However, now she thinks she's sane because she's got a gold mine, and that's power. Breakthrough. I got got a man and he's got tons of money, and our plan is in the fall we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and then next spring we're going to be married, and then we're going to get a puppy, and and that's our plan. I just love her so much. Heart, heart, heart. Fire. That's fucking fire. Look at that outfit. Look at that couple. I love this couple. Yeah, because they don't do anything but stand there and look like dweebs. Yeah, we're so in love. Oh, we're representing the entire nation on relationships. We're going to have our divorce party in the spring. And yes, you're definitely invited so that you can get free alcohol and free food and be in the photographs for your Instagram page. Probably going to be in Canada. Little does Monovan know that a wedding in Canada doesn't mean a wedding in the United States of America, but that's how dumb she is. And that's how dumb he is to limit his life on this planet. Because you don't know the difference between a American wedding and a Persian wedding and all that weird ass shit they do in the ceremonies. Same thing for Indians. This is so fun. Make sure you take a look at that video with Gary Vaynerchuk hanging out with his new Persian family in Turkey last year. I'm having so much fun. Look at me in my sexy bikini. Little juicy juice. Wow, that's such educational content. V-Friend, I don't give a shit about V-Friend. Where's the fucking money? Oh, well, it's for baby. I don't give a shit. Show me the money. I want a new fucking dress. I want my nails done. I want my hair done. And if you ain't gonna accommodate for that, then I'm going to find somebody who will. Bye. But not Gary Vee, because he's definitely got to keep that image up and that brand going that he created, which is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But don't worry, he's just like everybody else, including Michael Rubin. And the list goes on and on and on. Anybody on these fucking podcasts, anyone on these platforms, Logan Paul with your trash slut that you're about to get married to, you literally give her a ring and then you bring in a diamond decimeter to make sure that it's real. Okay. As your lame ass brother who's probably slept with the girl is giving her gifts. And that's your content. How do you make so much money? Well, you're actually a complete dick. That's how. Then you work with collusion and corruption amongst the community at the top, and you'll be sure to make money. It's all in what connections you're willing to make, and you call it networking. You do realize that it's all a freaking fraud, right? You think your videos are going to go viral? Huh. No, that's what they want you to think, to keep you coming back for more. You produce 200 pieces of content a day, 5 views, collectively on all 200 pieces of content. Same content as some other trash heap. Controversial content that really should have about 1 million pieces of content attached to it, comment section, that says, what the hell, you anti-Semitic, or whatever the hell, because that's how small-minded you all are. Oh, but let's not forget to take a look at what happened in Union Square in Manhattan, of all places. Very, very close to where Gary Vaynerchuk has an office and Monovan and him have an apartment, allegedly. Interesting that she was out of town that week. Interesting that he was in Australia that week. Sounds a little fishy to me. Black women with their big butts hanging out that look like hard as a rock. They throw a football up in there. And that's the future. That's your leaders in that community somewhere. There was like a salt and pepper, maybe like 4 white people. But the rest were black and they were all underage. What do I mean by that? Under the age of 30. Well, the mayor says, someone was an instigator in there. Oh, really? Yeah, that would be you, the mayor. Didn't look like there was a whole lot of police out there either. You should have let them just destroy the city. Well, they're doing it online anyways. All working for the Democratic Party. It's going on in Chicago. Waiting for LA. LA, hello? Acting as if they don't have equal rights. The reason why you never get anywhere, go take a look at what happened in Union Square. Go take a look at your leader, Eric. Go take a look at the words coming out of Chicago mayor. And then now you'll know why you never get anywhere. Those people that you saw in the street will never recover from that. You want to understand that. They will always be scoundrels and swindlers now. They will always be scoundrels and swindlers because they got a taste of it. And so Kanye, or whatever the fuck his name was, created millions of swindlers just like him. And it's proof in the fact that they were jumping on cars, banging innocent people, smashing windows, and then acting as if they're innocent. Not my fault, it's that content creator's fault. No, actually, it's your fault. And just take a look, because you will never go anywhere but down. Meanwhile, everyone's going, produce content, why bother? The only people going viral is those abusing their children, women as prostitutes, men who are in the entrepreneur space who can pay for their pages to go viral, and the hoes they call fiance. And they never stop abusing. Every single day, it's more of the same nonsense of bullshit conversations of you lying every day, lying to my face, lying about everything, and showing your true colors so that you can make more money and you can say as little as possible, but to bait and hook people to where they don't grow. And that's the content creators of America. There is two genders. There are men and there are women. However, men at this time are extremely questionable. You do realize that women don't want men to be men any longer. Women want to be the men. And you're allowing it. They want you to go to work, make the money, take care of the kids, clean the house, and mow the lawn while they sit on the couch and get their hair and nail and makeup done while they play on their phones. Babe, 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 babe. Wow, that's really romantic. Babe, that's your Gen Z millennial group. Babe, look at these nuts. I'm always talking about nuts. Aren't I so funny? Babe, babe, man, I sure am drunk. Show me some wine. We're so happy, juicy juice. Good luck to you, fool. You're definitely going to need it for what you put yourself into. Because that bitch thinks she's with you. She thinks that she's actually with you. You do understand that, and you think so too, because you've convinced yourself through the conversation and the showmanship of it. So while you sit over there and pretend to be so wonderful and on this Frodo mission, I'm going to assure you that you ain't got nothing to do with me. You left this space when you took VCon 2022 to the level you took it to, which is nowhere but down when you decided to kiss that woman right in front of my fucking eyes. and then go to Cannes Lions where you inappropriately acted. And then when you win and you write it on the streets for the Iranian overthrow. And the list goes on and on and on. It doesn't matter your intentions. What matters to these people is what you're showing on television. Your reality television show called your life. She's in love with you because she wants your money. She doesn't like nothing about you from your feet to your head when you're standing on your tiptoes, standing next to her in the highest heels that I've ever seen in my fucking life. Oh, we're together. Make sure you get my good side as I sit in the front of the VaynerMedia sign as I take over. She doesn't even have to be on property. And that's what you've done to your 2,000 employees, to your community, to your freaking children, to this freaking world. Meanwhile, I get censored, blacklisted, and banned by a person who ain't even willing to have a real conversation about real concerns and real issues because you're too busy getting your nails done. And that's what you actually represent. It's all over your platform. It's all over your face. It's all over in your money bag.